my God, my bad. This is like my third time doing this intro. What's up, Wrldjah family? I'm glad to talk to you guys today. Um, I think what I'd like to do with this channel, at least for now and the time being, aside from just giving updates on my weight loss journey, I definitely just want to give you guys a bunch of story times, because there's one thing that my friends love about me the most, and I don't even have any friends, but if there's one thing that they love about me the most, it was always my story times, and my story times are no cap. There's no cap in my rap, so this is all real. I have hundreds of stories. I've just lived such a crazy life. And I look forward to, sharing these stories with you guys. So today, I guess I just want to talk about the injury that took place back in ninth grade that I guess ultimately led up to this whole just super crazy obesity thing, and how I ended up just being as big as I got and all of that. This isn't the most super exciting story, but I really want you guys to just get to know who I am. I just believe in 100% transparency. Like I said, I don't like to cap. I don't like to lie. Because if anybody ever stops by and sees these videos, I just want them to see that it's okay to be truthful and be yourself. So basically, this is back in ninth grade. I went to Portage High School. And my entire life, the two things that I cared about was rapping and basketball. I was literally freestyling and in the studio recording with my dad when I was like actually 2 and 3 years old. I wish I could find access to those tracks, but the way our life just ended up going, which I'll get to in future story times, it just never worked out. But yeah, my entire life was basketball and rapping. So to give you like a bit of a timeline with like me and my weight, I was literally always the biggest and tallest kid in my grade, not class, in my grade. I meant to mention it in my video yesterday, in case you guys don't know, I am 6'6". So if in case anybody felt bad for me, which again, I don't want to, I wasn't trying to tell a sob story. I just wanted to give my history. But I'm not like, and again, I'm not shaming anybody who just struggles with their weight or obesity, but just to give you guys a picture of like who I am. I'm not like, I wasn't, and I'm not like some, 5'5" or 5'6", just extreme, whale lard looking of a person. 6'6". So my 6'6" and 700 pounds, I carry it very, very well. Like if you met me in person, of course I would tower over you. But I've always just been so physically dominated, just literally, it's birth. So I'm just talking kindergarten through, I think my senior year is when I finally had somebody be in my grade. Like they were the first person I met that was taller than me. He was 6'8". But yeah, aside from that, just like kindergarten through 11th grade, I was always the tallest person in my grade. So to give like a timeline of my weight, once I got to 3rd grade, I was living with my grandma because my mom had gone away for a while. So I was living with my grandma, and it was just constant unhealthy meals and just bad snacks and no exercise whatsoever. So like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, I just put on a lot of weight, and I was definitely like extremely obese. I was fat. I wasn't even really out of shape. I was just fat. I was a fat kid. And I remember I was at the Boys and Girls Club, if you've heard of that. I was at the Boys and Girls Club one day in the 4th grade. In the 4th grade. And this older teenager, I think he was in high school, like a senior or something, I was shooting the ball double-handed because I hadn't been taught how to shoot the ball properly yet. And I remember I shot a 3, and this dude walked up to me, and he was like, "You just shoot like you fat." And as funny as it is now, like, and I laugh at it, it really like hurt my feelings in the moment, and I just like put the ball down, and I went and sat somewhere, and I just started crying. Which was one thing that I love that Gates taught me was don't cry about it and grind about it, and that's exactly what I did. I enrolled in the soccer program at at the Boys and Girls Club, and I was literally was the tallest person against just whatever team we play. I know height doesn't really matter so much as soccer, but even still, I was tall as shit in the court, and a lot of the kids are just, and we played indoors. That's how our Boys and Girls Club League worked. It was all indoors, soccer, basketball, whatever. And so yeah, just a lot of the times kids would just be scared when I would be coming down the court, running at them with the ball, and they would move out of my way because I kicked so hard. Because I was like, I don't know why I was so big in the fourth grade, but I just was like, I guess I could tell you in the fourth grade I was about 5'8", and I just remember my mom and my grandma, they all wanted to, they was like, you should try to reach out to Shaquille O'Neal or reach out to the news, because I'm in the fourth grade, I'm 5'8", and at the time I had like a size 11 shoe. So I was just a freak of nature. And so it always worked out in my benefit, just playing sports against everybody else who was just so tiny compared to me. But yeah, that was the best decision I ever made. I felt really bad when he called me fat, and I wanted to do something about it. And just between practices and the games that we had, I don't know if any of you guys, any of my subscribers are soccer players, but if you are, soccer by far, I don't know, it's one of the most physically demanding sports that I've played, because I've played football, I've played soccer, and I've played basketball. And I don't know, it's just something about like when I was playing center, like when I got to go on both sides of the court, that's where I could just feel myself losing the weight, just constantly running up and down the court like that. Because even on basketball, you get a break and you get to play defense. And when you're playing defense, you're kind of still, you may shuffle your feet, but it's just different because when soccer, you are just constantly, running back and forth. So, yeah, but anyway, so just playing all those games. And then immediately after soccer, I went and I joined the basketball league, went to those practices. So by the time fifth grade came, I had shot up to 5'11", and and I lost all that weight. So I was just back to like being skinny again. And same thing went for sixth grade. Seventh grade, I was wearing a size 15 shoe, and I had grew to be 6'3". Yes, in the seventh grade. And then eighth grade is where I kind of put on a little bit of weight, but then this is when I was finally able to start playing like high school football, because also to give a background, I really loved Randy Moss growing up. I didn't even really know if I loved football. I just loved to catch, and Randy Moss was my biggest inspiration for that. So growing up, I loved to play football, but I was so big that I was actually, if I was old enough to play in like a certain Pop Warner league, I was too big. And then when I was finally in the right like size or whatever to be in the league, I wasn't old enough. So I just got trolled, and I never got to play football when I loved it. And eventually basketball just like completely took over its place, and I lost interest in football, which I know after hearing my size, you would think I would play football, but I didn't. And so yeah, anyway, aside from that, I started going to football workouts. It was like an hour and a half weightlifting class that we had to go to every morning in the summer. And then I took weightlifting class my freshman year in high school. And then I took weightlifting class after school, and I was going to football practice. And then after that season was over, I started going out for basketball. And I was really good at basketball, keep in mind. I was really tall. I could shoot very well. I was great at grabbing rebounds. And I went to every basketball workout, which was literally just like sprinting a marathon each practice. And that was really helping me burn my weight. And unfortunately, I was just at a practice. And this was a practice like right before, like literally 2 days before tryouts. And it was at the end, and they ran about 2 hours long, each basketball workout. So this was like an hour and 55 minutes in. It was the last thing we did. We did suicides up until the timer went off. So I was just going and going. I was exhausted. And I see like how on 2K and stuff, like if your energy was low, you would be more prone to injury. I finally get that now because I really think just with me being so exhausted, it's what caused the injury. I was going to do my suicide, and when I went to touch the line, I turned faster than I meant to, and I like pulled this muscle in my back. Well, I did more than pull it, because eventually I just ended up really needing surgery. But whatever I did, I fucked my back up, and I instantly just dropped to the ground. And I had to have my teammates and the coaches come help me to an office, and my mom had to come and get me. And just since then, I've just been unable to stand longer than like 10 minutes, but it's different when I'm exercising because I'm working it out. So it helps to like last longer, but I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk around the stores anymore. Like the most common things that you guys all take for granted. Like even if you're obese, you can still go walk around the store. I couldn't do that because of my back. And yeah, that's what happened to me. And I just ended up becoming a hermit inside of the house because I knew I couldn't walk anywhere. And I went to the doctor to get x-rays and a CAT scan to see like what was going on. But just my mentality that I had at the time, I didn't even follow up with it. And it really fucked me over. So that was 2013. And from 2013 to 2017, I really suffered and just gained a lot of weight. But then like I told you guys yesterday, I just finally made a difference and set out these goals. And I've just been on this journey. So that's my story. Sorry this video went over a little longer. I'll be sure to put 4 minutes, 4 songs in the description for you guys. Thank you for stopping by today. Love you guys. And thank you, before I let this video end, the fucking support that you guys gave me on that last video in the comments, just saying how much you believe in me and support me on this journey. I expected a lot of negativity and, just calling me a sellout or just whatever. That's really what I expected. Not because I think you guys are bad people, but you just know how people are. So for you guys to really support me like that, I am just extremely grateful. And people telling me, they hope I feel better and hope I get over my sickness, which obviously, I'm still sick, but I want to talk to you guys. So it literally brought tears to my eyes because I did not expect to get that kind of support. So I really, really, really thank you guys for listening to me. And I'm really grateful. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the Juice WRLD songs in the description. It's been Wrldjah. Nah, shit.